Oh, well, it's quite interesting that that conversation was still ongoing even after the break. But that is what it is right here on VOP this morning. Now, we welcome you to the second part of this conversation. Former Kaduna lawmaker Senator Shehu Sani has cautioned northern leaders against pursuing plans to unseat President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 presidential elections, warning that such actions could jeopardize the country's unity. Now, speaking in an interview, Sani emphasized the importance of northern leaders aligning with policies and programs of the Tinubu administration that benefits the region rather than solely focusing on political power. He also stressed the urgency for northern leaders to address the pressing challenges within their region. Sani pointed out that, in his view, security issues in northern Nigeria were more severe during ex-President Muhammadu Buhari's tenure compared to the current administration under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, you would recall that northern Nigeria have been contending with significant changes, including insecurity and poverty. Well, still with us in the studio are these two fine gentlemen. I'm talking about Mr. Akin Fatuke and Prince Francis Chilaka, who is also going to be helping us to this second topic. Now, at this point, I'm going to start with you, Prince. What do you make of this statement from Senator Shehu Sani?
I think 2 weeks ago, I was in a program, attended a program where the distinguished senator spoke. And I took home some of the things he said, and I rejected some of them. What I see playing out with the senator is that he seems not to, he's finding it difficult to understand the fact that he's no longer in the Senate. I think he has grudges with some northern elites, and it's really, really eating him up. Because from his statement, what he's now saying is that whether Nigerians like it or not, President Bola Tinubu must be the president come 2027. For me, this is totally unacceptable.
It's interesting.
What it means is that he's telling us that the presidency is not, there is no vacancy. He's also telling us that nobody should contest. I don't expect this kind of, comment from, a distinguished senator who not only comes from his constituency in Kaduna, but is also a constituency of the civil liberty, the civil society. So he needs to, I think it is time he sits back and begin to, call himself to order before coming out in public.
Don't you think he is right when he was particularly talking about insecurity in the northern region of Nigeria?
He was a senator for how long? Was he able to curb the insecurity? Even when President Buhari was there, what was a senator to curb the insecurity? No. You see, when we talk about insecurity in Nigeria is not only an issue for the president. It's an issue for everyone that has been elected to govern this country. Right. From the Senate to the House of Rep to the governors to the local government chairman. They all have responsibility to secure the lives and properties of Nigerians.
Maybe help Nigerians understand how the Senate can be involved so that they would know.
How many bills have they passed regarding insecurity in this country? Why is it that the Senate is not calling for state of emergency on security?
Yeah, totally. I do this all the time.
Why is it that the Senate has not seen the need to summon the military, to summon the police?
We had a particular individual making a statement that if we're to call the emergency in the northern part of the country, it's hard on people.
As long as we're in the truck, we're safe.
We see, something like I keep saying, the way we seem to have lost value for human life. And that is why when people die, nobody, it's like, every day you open the newspaper, somebody, the news will always say people have died either in Lagos, in the north. We seem to have lost value.
Mr. King, do you share the same idea that what the Senator Shehu Sani is mentioning of the region?
Thank you. I must say that I believe in the in agreement with
You did it!
that when
Listen,
do
you don't get to be a
primary
tracker like
person,
me without
that's the
squashing it.
evidence I'm going to take to court. Also very, very clear. He made about
Wow! Tell me you got this, Santana?
Well, sure. I just carry a parachute in my truck. Doesn't everybody?
those statements
No!
are statements
Of course
fact.
not!
I do not look the insecurity is just more all these hostages about politics, going to see Buhari and undercurrent and national verify and all that kind of stuff. It's the way of life. I do not believe, Shehu Sani that I believe, I know, I have read and have seen on a couple of occasions
That
in
worked out way
public
better than I
space
thought.
will mean and intend that
I hate
Bola Ahmed
bugs.
Tinubu cannot
What? These are royal guard wasps.
be
Their venom is
taken
worth a
out
ton.
of office
Plus, they might come in handy.
in an
You're gonna
election.
collect bug spit
Come
or
2027,
rescue
he
hotel?
has to vie for
Listen,
election.
you got your methods.
I also
got mine.
know
We have to get to the Insect King staff
from
before Birdie
intelligence
does. It's our only chance of
that
stopping Burden
in
and Crispy
Nigerian
Cole.
elections, whoever becomes president
Good
of
news is,
Nigeria has
Flyzilla down here
to come
belongs to the Insect
from
King.
different blocks. And I know the northern bloc, in the way that things have been stated, it is not possible from a southeasterner to be the president of this country without buying into the north. Like has been impossible from southwest without buying into the Incubus north. I can also tell you for free, based on what I know, let even the southwest and the southeast come together and south-south without incursion in the way Nigeria is structured. It will still be the same thing. Just like you go to National Assembly, you take a bill that my dear brother, Red Cap Chief, believes that education should be for all. I believe education should go for all. And somebody else doesn't believe education should be for all. We are going to come back.
But
lost.
Mr. Akin, that didn't play out in the
Therefore, the
2023
point
election.
is simple. I do not agree that Senator Shehu Sani is making a point that the North must willy-nilly support Bola Ahmed Tinubu if he has not performed. It cannot happen. He knows it's not going to happen. And even if he said so, I know he's going to wake up to what my dear brother is trying to say now, to see the foolishness in such a move. It's not going to happen. It simply will not happen. But a situation where, and that is where I think rhetoric is very, very important, and I see his point. So if I'm from the southeast, and I'm gunning, or I'm from northeast, so northeast, that I've never produced a president in this country, and I think it's my turn to produce a president in 2027, I do not expect any reasonable politician to now be saying all of us must come in a block and support that person.
You know,
it has to be in terms of competence. It has to be in terms of consensus.
It's interesting.
It has to be in terms of
I would have to
your capacity to be able to
at
do
this point to ask further questions.
Yeah.
It's interesting that we sit and we talk about the way politicians should behave, logically speaking, but then we don't see them that way.
Oh, they go to Kija shrine to take their bath at night. You know that,
No,
and I know it.
I don't know that.
Okay, I know. If you don't know, I know.
I don't know. Okay.
Nigerians
Now-
know.
Oh, they do?
Yes.
Amazing. Now, just when the president came into office,
Yes.
some presidential aspirants in the 2023 presidential race from the APC came together.
Yes.
Osinbajo, Amechi, Yarima, and some others came together and said, look, we're not even going to try to oppose the president come 2027. We will support the Tinubu aspiration for a second term in office. And then they formed the forum. Are you aware?
Well, what I'm aware is that there was no consensus. It was maybe at the
These
primaries.
aspirants,
Yeah.
after the primaries, when the president, when Tinubu emerged
Okay.
president, they formed the forum.
I'm not aware.
Oh.
I'm not aware.
You're not aware?
I'm not aware.
Okay. It's out
Amechi
there.
was a candidate. He has not formed any forum with anybody.
let-
and I know that Osinbajo
now
was
that
a
you
presidential
say-
candidate. It's not.
Okay,
They have not formed any forum.
Let me quote.
So let's be careful.
Let me quote. Yes, we are being careful
Okay.
to inform, educate, and uplift the people.
Yes.
That's what we are doing.
Yes.
This is a post from This Day newspaper. The headline here is Osinbajo, Amechi, Yerima, others float forum to support President Tinubu for second term. All right. Now, going further into this story, the presidential aspirants of the All Progressive Congress in the 2023 general election said yesterday, this happened some months back, that they had all agreed to drop their ambition for the 2027 presidency to pave the way for President Ahmed Tinubu's second term bid. This actually was 7 months ago.
Second term.
Second term bid, yes.
Which second term are you talking about?
I've not even finished the first term.
2027.
And you believe that?
It's in the paper.
No, this is
No.
mediocrity.
Forget about what you say in the paper.
Please, no.
Be careful.
I am sure that.
How can you make a statement like this?
Are you saying
It's in
it's
the
too early
papers.
for people to actually defend or show
7
their
months
interest?
ago.
for the
I
next
do not have a
election?
problem. Well, excuse me. There's a difference. He's reading authoritatively a newspaper
From the
that
paper.
said,
I mentioned the name of the paper.
has Bola Tinubu told you that he wants to go for second term?
Politicians won't tell you, but we know the body language shows.
Let's be
it.
very
Is it
careful.
too early for people now to gather together and say,
But
we
you
are
are now-
planning this
you
thing
are now-
for 2027?
I am not aware.
He hasn't
You're not
opened
aware, but does it mean
Yeah,
that
shut.
it is too early? Because the way you're making it, you say now,
Bola Tinubu did not
it
even
shouldn't be
tell
the way
us
it is.
that he wanted to contest when we started seeing buses
Wait, what?
with his
Everywhere.
picture everywhere.
Brings her back.
Before
This can't be
2022.
That was his first term. You are talking about second term.
That means
you
Hope
asked
he
the
still
question.
has
Has
the
he
gem in
told
his
us that he
belly.
wants to go for second term?
Second term.
And I'm telling you
Mirage
that
is
from
down
what we
there,
have,
then the insect
there are
kills
indications that he wants to go for second term.
Did you
And
read-
There are also indications.
Did you read
that
Chibuke
certain people are
Amechi's
stepping
statements
aside
over
for
the
him.
weekend and last week? Did you read his statement? As a press man, did you read his statement?
That giant
It was-
skeleton is
it
the
was
insect
clear.
king's temple?
That it says Nigerians
He's a
forget
magic poacher.
everything,
Trust me,
and that is
they're
not going
all
to
weirdos.
speak
The
anymore.
Wasp Guards are
And that
supposed to
if
convince you to stay out? They're
he
doing
used
a
the word,
really
I'm not
good
going to speak
job.
about
Yeah.
Buhari. I'm not going to
That's
speak
what the
about
staff Let's go.
Tinubu. If Nigerians want, let them go and kill themselves. Is that the statement that supports what we are reading? No. The point
Well, the
is
reason
simple.
publications
You know,
are
maybe I
made
should
is for
stay out here.
posterity.
When
And
publications,
that's exactly why
when
we
publications,
refer to this
no,
from 7 months
be
back.
very careful about what you read in publications, and we can't make it
No,
sacrosanct.
it's
I am a
just
friend of journalists.
entering insect hives, crawling with
And
wasps and
in my
stingers and
previous
venom really seems
colleague,
more like a
I
Daniel
know so many
kind of
things
thing.
that have come out in the newspaper.
Don't worry, I got a plan.
I come out in radio
Chameleon
that has
dust
caused
meets
a lot of
wasp venom.
untold issues. Look at what happened in Rwanda. So take things
Cloaking
with a
spell?
pinch of salt. I know they may be
Clever.
playing
I told you
politics
this
at
would
that
come in
time.
handy. Now,
Of course, 7
They may be,
months.
they may be
get activated.
elections.
Okay.
I am not aware. Those
That should
who
buy us some
stepped
time.
down Bola Tinubu
Royal guard
during
wasps find their prey by
yes, not
smelling
second.
them.
We are
As
not
long as the spell
at-
holds up,
at the Eagle
you should
Square.
smell like just a couple of
You
wasps.
say
of
it's
them,
with a
not all
pinch
of them, step
salt.
down.
Start things with a pinch of
everything.
salt.
Yes, I said
This
so.
president's administration come up to say subsidy is gone. The president also made mention of the reason
Don't worry,
for
Lucy.
that. If we
Be
keep
okay.
on paying subsidy, it plunge Nigeria into bankruptcy.
right.
But we have Wala Adrian coming up to 2024 alone. That subsidy
go.
is going to go up 5.4 trillion naira.
Correct.
Also going to hold them a pinch of salt.
Correct.
You have there's no subsidy. The minister saying there is subsidy. We have Lubobiri saying there's no subsidy. And where are we going to with such
see us.
conflicting reports?
I
from this
don't
administration?
see any conflicting
Are
reports.
we still paying subsidy
Can
in
you make
Nigeria?
me?
Mr.
Can you
Adi?
allow me to
Ready
finish?
for a
Are we
fight.
paying subsidy in Nigeria?
How can you sit down here and then you have your tablet in there and somebody is telling you we are not paying subsidy and you say,
But the president have
Ready?
persistent
Why
with denying
do
the
you-
payment of subsidy
why
to
have
the
you-
international body.
look,
Lucy, that
the
scepter
president
is our
has
only
said
way to save
he's
Hungary.
not paying
I can't
subsidy.
do this alone.
All those are hogwash. You know it.
Fine.
I know it. Okay, so no, I'm not just telling you. You know it. So please, this is the problem I have with you people in the media.
You
Just
seem to
don't
have one
think
problem
about the
with
I have a problem with you because you see the truth and you cannot say, I will look at Mr. President in the come on, Mr. President, stop playing this
So why will
politics.
you now say that he has not come up to tell us about his plans for next general election?
How
come
can you
2027?
bring those two together for
We're
crying
looking
out
at it the
loud?
way it is. You're not saying we should
How
vote
can you?
politicians.
I've just told you that whatever you read, what Moses is reading out in the newspaper that is pushed out by politicians is wrong. But Brother Tinubu, you are not saying that subsidy is not subsidy. That they are playing with our lives, and you know it. We don't know it. I will not allow them. At the end of the day, today, yesterday, we were thinking about the day before yesterday. So
The spell's wearing
it's so
off.
clear.
All right.
Everybody
We
has
still
been
have
saying
For
that
me-
that is the situation of
for
things.
me-
They lie through their teeth. They conflate. They say so many things that are different. Come on.
Let's get your view.
Let's go.
For me, I still want to talk to him.
Hang
That's
on,
why
Spellbound.
I just all this.
This might hurt.
Wait!
I've listened to him. Like I keep saying, he needs to come out clean. Don't hide behind anybody to say what you want to say. The problem with our political class is that some people feel that the Senate, the House of Rep, the governorship is their own birthright.
Correct.
And once they are not there,
It's not going to happen.
it's not going to happen. You know, knowing him, as a very,
That's a statement of fact.
as a very
A statement of history.
state, as a very stately man, he wants to become. So please, beg him, to train for better This is still
many of them.
2024.
Over there!
Today is the 1st of July. Nigerians are suffering. This is the harshest time Nigerians are going through. Anybody who says he's in this country today
Why aren't they
and
attacking
is
us?
happy with the policies being put forward by this government, and then the person goes to bed, wakes up, and begins to tell us about 2027, that person needs serious mental health checkup.
Get out of here!
We need to allow 2027 to rest first. Let us survive these
This keeps bugs
years
away?
coming up.
Give it to me.
A crate of egg today is
Looks like the insect
6,000
king's
plus.
shield. Must have an I command thee spell on
We
it to
do not
control the
have
wasps.
a minimum wage
Careful. He's got to
that
be
people
around here
will survive
somewhere.
on. And this same government has been going back and forth. And yet people are busy talking about 2027.
Yeah.
These are people who have been benefiting from
Daniel?
the ordinary
My
masses.
brother, they are busy talking about
let's
2027.
not.
Let me come back to what
Fina.
what Fina has said. My brother,
What happened to
I
him?
will not be naive.
Burden.
I will not be naive. That we have
Burden 1,
unwritten
Insect King
intention
Zilch.
in this
I'm about to
country
become the richest tracker in the
that
world.
when power resides in a
As soon as
particular
I get
region
that
for
gem
8
from your
years,
fat little belly.
come back. I have
You
never,
have to do, Prospero.
until that last election, when Nasir El-Rufai and who now started and said, look, wait a minute, you did not retain it enough. I hate to say this, but I also read a lot of
Poor
things
Hoagie. Maybe we can try.
Try
in the
what?
horizon
Burden
that
already
Shehu
has the
Sani
staff
has
and
seen.
the gem.
You're
The
real
moves
pain, Spellbound, but somehow
being made
you
by
always
Atiku
manage to turn things
Abubakar
around.
Wait a
should not be
minute.
something that we should sweep under the carpet. Now,
Check this
I
out.
agree with you that in all
Burden doesn't
fairness,
have the emerald yet.
in all fairness,
Hoagie must
and
be holding on to that gem
even
super
if
tight.
power is going to now continue
That's
to
my pig.
remain in the south, it will not continue to remain in one region. I think that is what Shehu Sani should really be. But Shehu Sani is already blowing the whistle.
All right, will this be your
In
concluding
blowing
thoughts?
that
Because we're
whistle,
out of
that
time.
if he does not blow that whistle, there are clandestine moves by Atiku and Co. And
right.
the thing should now go back after 4 years.
All right, unfortunately, we have to wrap up this conversation at this point. So I
Okay.
must say,
That's about
well, let's
time.
get your down on this.
For me, I need to tell Nigerians this. Whether the president is from the south or from the north, we must be people of truth. We must speak truth to power.
Integrity,
The
morality.
problem is that we do not speak truth to power when our own person is the president. And that is what is killing this country. And that is where, like I said, that is one I know Senator Sani had done so well. The Buhari regime, he criticized the government.
They were very vehement.
Yes, and I expect people from the south, especially west, who are seeing the sufferings of the Nigerian people, who are seeing the somersault of policies, come out and speak truth to Mr. President.
All right, then, thank you very much. That will be a good place.
My last word.
Okay.
My last word is that I'm from the southwest. And I know this president, at least when we were in Mobile, so it's not a hidden thing. When he was in Mobile, we looked at his eyes and we told him the truth. I'm also telling him that truth, that Nigeria is not working.
Okay.
And because Nigeria is in, sorry, Mr. President, the issue about your second term or no second term is more than shaky.
Well, he's a politician regardless.
Okay.
Regardless
So,
of your opinion.
therefore,
what we must say, we must end at
but I'm from,
sorry,
there
we
are
have
quite
to
a number
end at
of
this
schools
point.
from the southwest
Well, this
who
is how far
are
we can take
in alignment with what we are
of
saying.
the show. We still have business, entertainment, and sports, but we must say a very big thank you to our guests. We value your thoughts on the program. We've been speaking with Mr. Akin Fatum, who is a communications consultant, an economist, and a public affairs commentator.
Thank you very much.
Also, Prince Francis Chilaka, a public analyst. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure to join you. I mean, I like when young people
Want to have you
come out
again.
the movie. Oh, great. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll take a break now. When we come back, it will be business, entertainment, and sports on the table. Stick around.